Hello and welcome to Tipsy Gossip. I am Roz Mickey. We lost Marcy for a moment. And of course, Marcy is the host. Say hi, Marcy.
Hello.
And of course, you have Pin Shock. And special guest Pixie is in the house today. How are you doing, Pixie?
Fantastic. How are you guys?
Oh,
Great.
we are good. And as always, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you're watching, please subscribe to the channel. Please give us your comments, your questions, all that good stuff. Be a part of the conversation. Don't just watch, be a part of the conversation. And subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I gotta keep saying that. Subscribe and give thumbs up. So, how are you ladies doing tonight?
Yay. Good.
I'm doing well.
I'm having a great time already. I'm ready for this. This is going to be a fun show.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk some mess.
Yep. We are.
What was that?
I said, yep, we are.
But before we get started, we gotta take a moment, talk about the great actor Ray Liotta passed today at the age of 67, died in his sleep.
So shocking.
He's one of my favorite actors. To be honest, what was your favorite Ray Liotta movie?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Ken Shock.
Hell yeah.
I don't know anything he was in.
Oh my goodness. Good. Everybody says Goodfellas, but I liked him in Smoking Aces was a great movie. If you've never seen that, I highly suggest watching Smoking Aces. What's some other good movies he was in? If you got kids, watch B Movie. He was in B Movie with Jerry Seinfeld, kids movie. I'm a movie person. I know a bunch of his movies.
Damn.
He's got a lot. He's got a wide range of movies.
Amazing. I only knew Goodfellas.
You only knew
And then,
okay.
and then another one where this little kid was on the streets and it was narrated by this dude that was acting like he was going back when he was little. What movie was that?
I need more details.
His life on the streets. He was narrating about his life on the streets as a young kid. Running with the wrong crowd, a car bombing.
That's Goodfellas, ain't it?
Maybe it is. Maybe I'll have to look that up. Maybe it is.
List of his movies: Goodfellas, The Many Saints of New York.
Something about Carlos, or I'm thinking the wrong fucking actor.
I'm looking. I don't see none. He was in Blow. He was the bad guy in Wild Hogs. He was in Hannibal. He's done a lot of B movies.
Hannibal.
Yeah, the Hannibal with
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, he was in that.
Are you kidding me?
He was in the
I
second
don't remember him in Hannibal.
He
Me
was.
either.
He was the guy getting his brains ate. Remember that?
Yeah,
was
that's
cleaning up his
right here.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, I don't remember that. I gotta go look that up.
Look that up. Smoking Aces, great movie. I highly suggest that. The Iceman was a good movie also. He's done. Oh, let me share this. He's done a lot of good. He's done a lot.
Oh, wow.
Movies.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was just small roles, but he always, had good. He always had good movies.
He was always identifiable by those like deep blue eyes he had.
Yeah.
Like even if you couldn't, like if you saw it and you were like, "What's that?" It was always the eyes that gave him away.
He's a movie called Cocaine Bear. Comes out next year. I wonder what that's about. But yeah, he's done some good movies. He's done some stinkers. I mean, that's what most actors, they have good and the bad. Operation Dumbo Drop. I don't suggest that.
Oh gosh.
Was it bad?
It wasn't bad. It was just like,
It was boring. I remember like taking the children to go see Dumbo Drop, and it was like I was expecting a Dumbo movie, and it wasn't. It was just
so many expectations and nothing came through.
yeah.
So Pixie, tell us about yourself. I seen you on your Twitter. You said stripper turned podcaster. How did that come about?
Well, I've been a adult entertainer for 23 years.
Okay.
That's a
So
lot. Wow.
it is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot for somebody to have so many pairs of heels and thongs that I've had forever. It's a lot.
Right?
I got into it out of necessity, and it was just one of those things. It's a career that I've always enjoyed. I have a lot of good stories and not too many bad, thank goodness. And I was able to buy a house, cars, and have the life that I wanted to live in a way that was fun, and I could still be there for my children at the end of the day. So it's been a long time. And then I retired about 2 years ago. I started doing Next on Stage One, which is my first podcast, and it quickly grew, and I started 2 other podcasts, which also are kind of crazy. And being retired was interesting, but only recently I had to go back. So I have to change my bio to no longer retired.
So are you doing just the stripping or just the OnlyFans, or what are you gonna?
Just the stripping right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you having fun? Or are you
No.
No?
Look, I'm 40 plus, and let me just say, things don't bend like they used to.
Right? I'm saying.
So what's a good wild stripper story you could tell us?
I got hit with a chair once.
Oh wow, let's hear that.
In the strip club. This is one that I tell on a lot of people's podcasts. So my strip club is the hole in the wall strip club. There's only 3 stages. Each stage is like an octagon, right? And there's these crappy short little poles on each of the stage. It's got a lip around it, and everybody sits below you, so they're always looking up at you as a stripper. And I'm always early for my shift. It was about 6:30. 7 o'clock is when I'm supposed to be up on the floor, dressed and ready to go. So I'm already pre-gaming with a nice Moscow mule and hanging out with people. I'm ready to schmooze and have just like this fantastic time. I'm not the girl on stage 1 who happens to pick the music. I'm on stage 3, and the stages are done in sort of a triangle position. You got stage 1 over by the front door, stage 2 by the DJ, stage 3 is kind of in this middle rung. And I get up on stage 3. I'm wearing my favorite blue outfit, which is a one piece, and I'm just having a good time. I get up there, I'm smiling, I'm talking to people. There's one guy at my stage, and he is sitting in the middle, and I was like, all right, whatever. It's going to be a good day. The music that comes on happens to be Fleetwood Mac. So the girl that's on stage 1, she's this gorgeous, dark brunette. She's kind of a rocker chick, so she's playing her music. I don't really care because I can dance to almost anything. I get up there dancing, I'm having a good time, but this guy that's sitting at my stage, he starts air drumming, not air guitar, air drumming, and he's just having he's having his own performance while I'm up on stage. Second song comes on. I want money from this guy. I'm not there to entertain him. Well, I am, but for money. I'm there to entertain him for money, and that's my job. He's sitting at my stage, which means you sit at my stage, you tip me money. Easy transaction. It's really nice and easy going. So I get undressed. I put on my best customer service voice and I go, hi, how's it going? I drop down to my knees. He looks up at me. He grabs me by my head, pulls me down to the stage. At that point, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, can I curse on here?
Yeah, cuss all you want. Cuss all you want.
Sorry. So here I am, head down, looking like, what is this? Nobody puts their hands on me. You don't touch me. I'm 5 foot nothing, red hair, big boobs, just a ball of fire.
Kinshaw can relate.
I know, right? So I pull my head up, and he reaches up and he grabs me by my hair and he pulls me back down to stage. Now this time I'm really angry. I'm really just mad at who this guy is and why he thinks he can do what he's doing.
Yeah.
So allegedly, I take the palm of my hand and I hit him in his ear. So I'm laying down and I'm just wailing on him over and over again till he lets me go. I get up, I grab my drink, and you can hear me over the music. Motherfucker, did you ever? I'm just giving him an earful, and I'm just trying to get off. I'm getting off stage. I got boobs out. I got drink, and I'm just angry. 6-inch heels, and I'm just angry. I start walking. I walk past stage 2. I look over my shoulder, and this guy is running at me like a bull. I throw my drink, hit him dead center mass. I run and jump over the chairs for lap dances, the couches. And I land on the couch. There was a customer with a dancer. He pushed her out of the way. I put my arms up over my head. He slams a chair straight down on me. The doorman didn't come over right away. The DJ had no idea what this guy was doing. Nobody interfered. They finally got him to like go sit down next to the boss. And they didn't beat him up. They didn't call the cops. They didn't do anything to him. So it was quite crazy. It really was.
Wow. So security didn't do nothing. They just
sat him down like, oh, here, I need you to sit next to the boss's office. And what I found out is that guy's name was Tarzan. And he was sleeping with the bartender.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like,
so they
Please tell me you quit.
no, I left. I didn't quit. I was like, I'll be back tomorrow. I can't be here. 7:00, my whole night's ruined. I gotta go
It's
home.
so much bullshit that we have to deal with. Like, I don't know
Really?
if you've ever escorted, but
No.
there's so much bullshit you got to deal with being in the sex work industry. I swear to God.
Yeah, and usually I have no problem like holding my own and taking care of things. I'm very vocal. I'm very just like, don't touch me. And most people they're really respectful. But I don't know what this guy was going through.
Wow.
So that's just crazy. The fact that he was just with the bartender, they let him just do what he wants in there. I mean, was he connected? Was he a made man or something? I mean,
He was just sleeping with the bartender who happened to be on that shift.
Oh, wow.
I would have showed up for my next shift with a taser taped to my ankle.
And just ready.
I'm taking off everything except the taser. Because if you get out of pocket, I need to let you know you need to stop.
That's more
Okay.
depressing that the security didn't do anything, though.
That
Sorry,
is-
Marcy.
It was
ridiculous.
crazy. It was a crazy night, and I can't even explain it. I was like, okay, I'm done. She paid for his cab ride home too.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm gonna sleep with you later.
Wow.
Oh god.
You almost just ruined my laptop.
Jeez. I'm gonna sleep with you later. Gross. Like that's some kind of turn on.
Yeah. So I got lots of stories. I do lots of interesting things, and I tell stories like that on my podcast.
Wow.
What's the
do
name of your podcast again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what is it?
Next on stage 1.
I do have a question. How do you walk in 6-inch heels?
Right.
Toe to heel, not heel to toe, like Bart Simpson says. If you walk heel to toe in 6 inches heel, have you ever seen that?
I've seen that episode when he did the walking in
he's
the
all
heel.
like,
have.
heel, toe, heel. No, it's totally opposite. Most of your weight's going to be on your toes. If you walk the other way, you're definitely going to go down because you're not paying attention to your ankle. They're like stilettos, so they're very. You just got to walk a little slower.
Yeah, I have 4-inch stilettos for Halloween costume. And I broke the heel because I think I was walking on them incorrectly.
That picture freaked me out when I first saw it. I was like, oh shit.
It's a finger with jelly
With gel on
it.
I'm just showing your IG so everybody can go find it. Next on stage 1. Where'd Mercy go? Disappeared.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. So I thought she said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't stop. I thought she had a story she wanted to talk about. Kid Shock. Do you have any questions for her? I guess. I know you have. I know you're very curious about it.
I'm not very curious. Well, okay, I am curious, but I don't know appropriate questions to ask.
You don't want to offend people because you tend to do that. With your
Right?
questions.
I don't want to offend anybody, but I mean, like, how do you do that? How do you like get on a stage and like?
Confidence. I can say that.
I use my skin like armor. There is nothing you can say or do to hurt me now. It takes a little bit of a gumption, a little bit of bravado to really just get up there in your skivvies and then command a room.
Skippies.
Not skivvies. Not only just be there as a beautiful creature, but get up there and dance and motivate and lift your eyes above the horizon. So a lot of it is just it's repetition. A lot of it is knowing who I am, knowing that I am who I am. I can't really describe it, but there's something absolutely powerful about being a dancer, just being in command of my own body and doing the things that I do. I absolutely love it.
How'd you get started? What was the moment you just like, I'm just gonna go in and do it? What was
The catalyst. I was 18 with a brand new baby.
Okay.
And I had no skills. I had one job before it, and it was definitely something that I had thought of and that I thought I could do. Like, you see all of these back in the 90s. It was everybody was blonde, fake boobs, no ass, tall as a fucking rail. Everybody looked like they walked out of a ZZ Top commercial, and it was crazy. Here I am, pint size, and it was just something that I decided that I was going to do because I needed something better than minimum wage for me and my child, and it was something that, knowing now what I know, it was probably the right choice for me. There really wasn't much opportunity or things that I could have done with my situation. So for me, it just was a perfect fit.
Yeah, and the 90s made you feel like, I just remember feeling like you can't be overweight. I did the treadmill for an hour every single day. I swear to God. Now I look back, I did whatever it took to be skinny, and not have an ass at all, because I had a 48-inch butt before I got my butt done, and it already was big, and I was trying to get rid of it because I just thought, well, that's not acceptable. I don't have the typical body, and I'm 5'3", and I need to be tall. I need to be blonde and big boobs, and I just felt so inadequate. So I would do the treadmill, like I would work out with weights, and I would do the treadmill for like an hour. The most I ever did it was like for 2 hours, but I just can remember trying to just be so skinny, and now I would never do that.
Yeah.
You
20
do
minutes is the
understand
most I
that
do
your
it for.
butt is a muscle, correct? The more you work it, the bigger it's gonna get.
True.
It's like my mouth being so large because I talk so much.
Right. Right.
So at what point when you started stripping, what was the point? He's like, I'm pretty good at this.
It took a while. It took about I'm gonna say it took about 6 months to really kind of hone my craft. It took a lot of trial and error, watching other girls, asking for help. It was definitely something that they don't just teach you. You kind of have to jump into both feet first. It's like comedy. It doesn't work in the beginning, but eventually you get better or you quit.
Right? Exactly.
I have 2 questions. Did asking for help, did you like run into resistance, like people that wanted to help you and people that didn't? And I forgot the second question, so it'll come back around. But
Oh yeah. You would always find people that were too busy, or they couldn't find time, or they didn't want you to mimic their style of dancing. So there was always those kind of people that were, I'm just here to make money, not friends. And that always happened in the industry. I think it happens in a lot of different industries.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
oh, I remember the second question. Did you learn how to pole dance?
Oh yeah. I
I was
learned.
going to ask
Take
that
lessons
too.
to do it.
No, I didn't take any lessons. I asked people. I was like, okay, teach me. And after so while, like, there are more advanced tricks as you get into it, but I started out with the basics, like a basic turn this way and a basic turn that way, and really just being able to move. Like, there's some physics going on there. There's a lot of friction.
Love the friction.
Marcy,
A
did
lot
you
of
say you did that too?
Uh-huh.
No, I was asking Marcy, did
Oh.
she learn too? Oh, I thought
I've
she
never
did
danced.
that.
I've never danced. I've always wanted to. It's been something I've wanted to do, but I never did it. I went straight to porn.
You could, as a featured entertainer, if you wanted to. It's sort of like a circuit. You would send in your headshots and what you look like, and with the amount of followers you have, and they would probably put you up for a stage or two, and make you
Oh,
the
wow.
special feature of the night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
Now, oh, sorry. What type of club were you at? Were you at where do you start at? What state?
I started in a juice bar and went to topless. So I started out full nude, and now I currently work in one that sells alcohol.
Yay.
What state?
That's
Is
good.
it down south, west coast, east coast?
Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. So it's quite a lot of. I need to go. I want to make a trip to Denver, Colorado. I need to partake in the legal activities they have down there. So
Oh, the pot.
So you're in Colorado. Is the club like more of a old rock or hip hop?
It depends on the club. My club during the week, I'm gonna say weekday, it's gonna be older rock. At night, it's usually dependent on the girl. So the girls are the ones that choose the music. Right now, I hear a lot of club music, and it's a little too new for me. So I'm not really hip to. I was like, is there a beat to this? Do we understand what kind of music this is? I want to be like, get off my lawn, because I don't understand it. It's called house music. I was like, this is not. Give me some butt rock.
Right. No shit.
So like it ranges. So like one night you might be in there, Fleetwood Mac.
Oh yeah, one night and then sometimes it's Snoop Dogg, and sometimes it all depends on the girl, and that's a really good thing, because girls can dance to the kind of music they like. They can enjoy how they dress. They get to pick everything from their music to what they're wearing.
What do you prefer to dance to?
Butt rock.
Butt rock.
Butt rock.
What is that? What is
Butt
rock?
rock?
So butt rock is going to be 3 Doors Down. It's going to be Five Finger Death Punch is not really butt rock, but it's close. Nickelback.
Oh, wow. That's good stuff.
It's good stuff. It's stuff that people remember and can easily dance to, and it's not going to offend anybody. It's not. It's fun and it's interesting, but it's not causing any waves.
I'm sorry, you said Nickelback and it's good music in the same sentence. I have to disagree.
Marcy will be your number one song when you come out.
Trap music, whatever it is, just trap music.
It's like down.
Yep, Tootsie Roll. I'd rather have something from the past. Tootsie Roll.
We have danced to that on stage.
Hey, by the way, Ross, it was A Bronx Tale. That was the movie I was
A
looking for
Bronx
with Ray
Tale.
Liotta. That's the one. I thought it was Carlos something, but it's A Bronx Tale.
Is he in that? He's in that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Hold
he's
on.
in that movie.
I thought that was Robert De Niro.
Wait, that might be. Yeah, it's Robert De Niro, but
Hold on, I'm looking it up. He might be in there.
I'm sorry, it's Chaz Palminteri. That's who it is, Palminteri. Wrong, but I still love that movie.
It's a great movie.
It was amazing.
It's one of the best movies. So what else is going on this week? What you want to go over? Or you want to ask more questions for our guests, or you want to go jump into the news of the week?
Your podcast, where is it heard at?
Everywhere you listen to podcasts. I have put that podcast on more than 35 different players.
Wow. Does it help to be on more, or would you say to be on one?
Never limit your podcast because you think it's gonna. You want to spread that shit on everything. I mean, you want to put that everywhere that somebody has the opportunity. Not everybody's going to be on Apple or Spotify. They might have a dedicated player because they like.
Gotcha.
They like it better.
Right. Just curious as to how that works. That's amazing. That's good.
What's the best? Where does your podcast do its best numbers at?
Spotify.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding. How many years have you been doing it?
1 year and 6 months now.
Wow. How many listeners do you have at once on Spotify?
Total downloads, we have 15K.
Wow, that's great.
How did you, what just made you say I'm just going to do a podcast? Were you just bored one day? Like, let me just try this and see how it works? Or
what happened is my co-host, Mr. J, who is also a retired stripper, we decided that we were going to hang out. He said, hey, Pixie, do you want to do a podcast about action figures? And I said, you know what? Sure. Do you want to do a podcast about strippers? And he said, absolutely. And so the podcast about action figures didn't go very well. And the podcast about strippers happened to be a hit.
So every week you have strippers on?
Say that again?
Every week you have strippers on?
It all depends on who we can get in the studio to record with us.
Neat.
So it's few and far between.
What's your most successful episode?
Probably either Steve the doorman, who is a doorman that works with me, or gosh, I'm trying to remember. Oh no, one of our popular episodes was we got a sex doll rental company to come on the podcast and tell us stories.
Damn, a sex doll. Wait, sex
doll rental company.
Never heard of that.
Disgusting. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I do not want to be the one that has to clean that.
I cannot believe that.
It was a very eye-opening experience to talk to somebody and see what they do, see how many dolls that they have on staff. They have basically 23 in the collection.
Are you responsible to clean your own doll when you're done?
The customer is, but you get the doll for like 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's fucking wild.
And some of the dolls weigh anywhere from 45 pounds to 60 pounds.
Jeez. They're heavy.
They're heavy.
I have two.
No, they're not heavy. They don't even weigh as much as an average person.
But they're dead weight.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't know what's more.
Woman, if she's dead.
I don't know what's more disturbing: the fact that they rented them out, or the fact that people actually rent it for 2 hours. Like, who's more like what? I bet their clientele is probably on a watch list somewhere because
or they should be.
I mean, I don't want to kink shame anybody. But
kink shaming.
That's not kink shaming.
It is kink shaming. They want to.
How is that kink shaming?
That's their kink. They like dolls.
Unless we're talking about people that like to have sex with dead people.
Okay, we're talking about people who like to rent a doll for 2 hours.
Right, but the doll, it doesn't move or anything, does it?
No.
Like who? I mean, who thought like, yo, let's just rent these dolls out and try to instead of selling them. And
somebody who had a very sick friend,
and it worked. That's what's funny. It worked.
Well, a lot of that is due to you. Maybe you don't want to cheat on your wife. Maybe you want to introduce a third party into your relationship. There are couples who rent out the sex dolls because they got the jigglies and stuff. They want to do something that spices it up, but don't want to involve another female or another male into this, and it could be interesting. I don't know. It's definitely something that I have felt and touched and put my finger in the mouth.
Maybe that's what T.I. needs to do. Instead of trying to find women, Instagram models, just get these dolls, and him and his wife can have their way and not have to worry about these lawsuits or charges. You know what I'm saying?
That is the truth.
Okay, now I feel like I did kind of kink shame, and I apologize.
You did kink shame, yeah. I mean, I get it to a degree. Like, let's spice it up, baby. But we don't need the hassle of the drama of somebody else. So we got this doll we finna have our way with. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have our way with the doll.
I can see it to a degree. I don't know about the renting.
If you happen to slap one of the sex doll's titties really hard, she's not going to complain.
Right.
True.
Maybe you get a little rough with her. Maybe you
won't be in trouble.
You won't be in trouble, and she can't get pregnant.
You won't be in trouble yet, because that's going to graduate.
I don't know.
That's going to graduate, because if you slap
you said there's no slippery slopes.
Have you?
There's no slippery slopes.
Have you ever been to Walmart and walked past the big bins of soil and stuff and not smacked the soil?
Yes.
I do that
because that's what it feels like you're smacking a bag of soil. You're just like, got it.
The only thing I ever smack in Walmart is the watermelons, and that's to make sure they're ripe. And if one of them ever shot their vine at me and was like, stop it, I'd be like, okay, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
Look, I don't want to kink shame anybody, and I will apologize if I did, but it just seems foreign and weird to me, so I will say that.
It's a little different for me too.
Kinshak, show them your doll and show them what you work with, you know what I'm saying, so they can understand.
I wish I could show you my half torsos that I have. I have a black one and a white one, but I can't show it on here.
That was hysterical. That video was hysterical.
It was epic. It was epic.
I have half torsos, and I had to use them during COVID because nobody could film. You couldn't film with anyone else, so I had to use those, and I got them for a lot of money on eBay, and now they just sit up in the top of my closet doing nothing.
Make some more content.
I say either make more content or sell them or raffle them off.
I'm pretty sure if you sell them to your fans, they will pay top dollar.
I'll sell it to Kim
Auction it off.
She'll use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kinshak wants the white one.
No, Kinshak doesn't want either of them.
Kinshak, you act like you wouldn't use it if you had it.
All you gotta do is give them feet jobs with your beautiful feet.
So how wild does the conversation get on your podcast? Do you get into like a lot of sexual topics, or is it just stripping?
It's mostly just stripping, and then sometimes we dive deeper into different conversations. It's fun, spicy content. That's not like, it's definitely not for anybody under 18.
Oh yeah, we pretty much get into the same things. We've had conversations, the typical is squirt and pee. We had a whole half hour about that one time, and my podcast, we kind of talked about the whole pagan stuff and the slippery slope, that is.
I have a question. On the sex doll rental, do you know much about that? Like, do they mail it, or is it just like in New York or something? Is it just like local?
The company is here in Denver, Colorado, and I found them because somebody was sharing a viral photo of the person's vehicle. And so I said, we need to call these people. We need to get them on the horn and see if we can get them into the podcast, because it was hilarious. So what they do is they rent out a hotel room. They position the doll in the room. They make sure that the doll has whatever outfit you would like on the doll. They'll put a wig, all of your specifications for your ideal date. They'll call you with the name of the hotel and the room. You have to put up so much money before you get your time with the doll. So there's a deposit in case something goes wrong with the doll. So you'll have to reimburse the company for any damage you do to the doll.
Is it like hundreds of dollars to rent the doll?
It's I think the deposit's like $600, but you get the rest of it back after the 2-hour fee.
Woo.
So and most of the dolls are like $3,000 dolls.
Yeah.
So they're pretty expensive. And so when you go into the room, you have the key. You basically have your time with the doll for 2 hours, and then afterwards there's a light wand thing. You have to clean out the doll. You have to make sure everything's good. They wand the doll with the UV light. And then you leave the key like under the mat. And then the company comes in, does their bit of cleaning, wands the doll, wraps the doll back up, and then takes the doll out of the room. And then that doll is taken to storage, and the doll is no longer used for that day. So it's only used once per session.
Ashley has a question. She says, are there only women dolls or do they have men dolls as well? I'm not sure why she's asking, but you can answer that question.
We're getting curious people, right? So with the company, currently they only have female dolls, but they are looking into having male dolls, because that was one of my questions to them, because I thought that was interesting. Like, wouldn't you want to have both sides?
Did you buy stock in this company? Because this company might be on the rise.
Oh, I'll send you the link to their Instagram profile. They're called Denver Dolls Ltd.
Because this sounds quite extensive. The fact that they actually get in a hotel room for you.
Yep.
They dressing it up. They wanted you to put in a Broncos jersey with some high socks.
Whatever they can do to accommodate your dream girl.
Wow.
They do provide really good customer service. It's a husband and wife team that runs the company.
They probably
I'm very concerned for the status of their marriage.
Their marriage is probably fine because they're making big money.
Well, not only do they bring big money, he can dress her up however she wants, and then have his way with a doll and not cheat on his wife. So it's kind of weird, but in a way it's kind of cool, because it all started, he basically bought a doll because he was working on the oil rigs and going back and forth, and he had so much pent up sexual desire. But because he wasn't around with his wife, he wanted to make sure that he was faithful to her.
That's sweet.
It was. It really was.
So, okay, question for the ladies. Let's say, your man is going to the store a little more than usual, running errands, and you find out behind your back he's going to get this service. Are you upset? Or are you mad? Do you think, I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there who thinks it's cheating. Because, some women think
right.
Look, when he bring that eggs and bread home, and he been more than 2 hours, we gonna have a problem.
See, Kenshaw thinks it's cheating. So, do you think that's cheating if your man's having a date night with a doll, a rented doll?
So for me, before I even talked to the company, that's what I was like. This is just cheating. This is just this guy I was up here. I was like, oh my gosh, why would anybody want to do that? I see these articles about people having multiple sex dolls. Like the one guy bought his sex doll like a 5-carat ring. I was all like, what in the world why are people getting so attached to these plastic silicone dolls? And after speaking to the company, after talking to Brian from Denver Dolls, it was so interesting to see like him and his wife's relationship. Even the kids know about it. There's a lot of dynamic that goes into that business that now, if my husband because I am married, if he would like to partake in that, I would be okay with that better than I would be with a hooker. But I would like to know before it happens. Not that I want to participate. I just want to know.
And I'm probably thinking that the dolls don't talk back or nag, so that's a big bonus. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same as a hooker. You're paying for her service. Same as a hooker. You're paying for her service.
But it's an inanimate object.
Right.
I don't care, just because it can't talk don't mean you're not paying.
It's like a rental car.
About the paying? Well, he's doing it for free.
Yes, I'm upset about the paying. You exactly right. Because she said the word hooker. And that's what you do, is pay a hooker. Hookers say or do what you like. This doesn't say or do anything, but you're still paying to have sex with it.
Maybe just sit and talking to it. My wife doesn't listen to me.
But you paying to sit and talk to it. I married you.
People have needs. Some people don't like their wives. I mean, it's the way.
Then get a divorce and move around. Why stay married to somebody that you have that much disconnect with? If you have that much disconnect in your situation, leave it. Then you can go pay that doll all you want to pay that doll. But don't keep me caught up in a situation that you're not happy in. Because if you're not happy, just say, I'm not happy, I'm leaving. That's what divorce is about.
Right. Well, exactly.
He's happy. He just wants to get that extra.
He's not happy. If he was happy, he wouldn't be paying for a damn doll.
Well, this is for the freaks. That's just for the freaks, honey.
Right. Some people are just freaks. What if the woman is handicapped?
But if you are my husband, you should be able to tell me what your freak is, and I should be able to do it for you.
Exactly.
You probably do like this because you kink shame a lot, so you probably.
I don't kink shame a lot. I just let you know what I don't like. I'm not shaming anybody for what they do.
You kink shame a lot.
I do not. Just because I'm offended by it doesn't mean I don't.
What about sucking toes?
No, I think
you say you don't want to see.
But I didn't say people shouldn't do it. I didn't say people shouldn't do it. How am I keep shaming because I say I don't like it?
She's just having an opinion. Yeah.
I didn't say anybody shouldn't do it. I just said I don't like it. I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's allowed.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look this company up. I'm gonna invest in it. I'm gonna bring one to my city. We're gonna have a Madison Dolls. I'm gonna expand and make franchise. We're gonna make a
franchise.
We're gonna make a Miami Dolls. We're gonna have
Miami Dolls, LA Dolls.
When you first hear it, it's like, you like break it down, like they get a hotel for you. You get you a bottle of wine, you go and talk to it, tell it how you feel, express yourself. Then you do what you do. You clean it up
don't
afterward.
Don't bark at me. Go on. Go.
That is quite the business. Quite the business.
I'm going to send a URL to you so you can have it.
Okay, thank you.
And there's obviously a market for it.
When it comes to men, there's a market for everything. So...
No shit.
That's what I'm like.
That makes me very tired, but I agree with you.
So let me think. What's the one? I had questions for you. I really blanked on it. What are you thinking over there, Marcy? Because you have a look on your face.
She's funny. Kinshock makes me laugh. I love her.
Yeah, even though she kink shames. So
I think she's hilarious. We need her because she's always the like sunshine to our nasty thoughts. She's like the ray of light. She's like the ray of light that like just I don't know how to explain it, but I love her. Anyways.
We love Kinshock.
I love her.
She gets in her feelings. That's why I'd like to egg her on. Even though she kink shames.
I love her though.
I do not kink shame.
She's just expressing herself.
I have things I don't like.
It doesn't mean she's kink shaming. She's just expressing her feelings.
I don't think that other people should be judged for what they do, but I'm going to judge you, but I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
I'm not going to say anything because you have every right to do what you want to do. I can say I don't like that. I can say I wouldn't do that. I can say that's too far for me. But I can't say that that's the same for everybody. And I can't say that it's wrong for you. That's not kink shaming. That's maybe me shaming in my mind, but I would never go up to somebody and say, you shouldn't do that because of reasons. Because I have no reason to tell them.
Do they have male dolls or just female
Yeah,
dolls?
they have male dolls. They have male dolls, parts, pieces, all of the whole works.
Okay, wait. Parts and pieces. I
like the
half
torso.
Like her yeah. Like her half torso is the black and white one.
Oh, okay.
They're expensive too.
We're gonna send Kinshuk a half torso. Extra veiny.
Gonna stay in the box.
Extra veiny. Please, you're gonna have a late night drinking wine. You're like, damn, maybe I just look at it.
Maybe I'll just look at it.
Just look at it. I'm supposed to see what it looks like, and
right?
it's used.
That's just incredible.
Let me explain myself this way.
Here we go.
I'm not a kink shamer because I participate in a lot of kink in private, but I just don't like to view it. I don't like to see it. And it makes me very uncomfortable. And I'm not judging anybody because if you saw what I did behind closed doors, you'd probably judge me. But I just feel like things like that should be behind closed doors. And I'm not judging anybody because I don't want to be judged, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with it out in the open. And I know it's probably rude of me, but
no, we're all different individuals. Everything that we've experienced, everything that we go through, the things that we're comfortable with, the things that we can and do achieve in our daily grind, it is what you like. It is what you enjoy. And a lot of us, we have fun with what we do. So I don't see it as kink shaming. I see it as you being solid in what you like and your boundaries. I think a lot of this is basically mental consent for yourself to enjoy what you enjoy and being able to give yourself boundaries at the end of the day.
You ever been dancing?
I appreciate that.
Have you ever danced for a celebrity?
Ivan from Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I tried to sell him Voltron once.
What's that?
You have a Voltron?
It's one of the action figures from the 80s. I had it at the bar.
Does it break apart into the
yes.
five?
Yeah, into the 5 lions.
Well, she said that was their first podcast is about action figures. I could swear I seen a picture with you with one. I was like, "Oh, look at that!"
I would have bought that.
He's not gonna find that
heartbeat.
So, do you have a big collection of action figures?
I do. I have a huge collection of action figures.
What is your favorite?
Oh God, probably my Hasbro Lab Sentinel. He's about.
That was the picture I saw.
Yeah, he's about 3 feet tall, thicker than a Snickers. I think 42 points of articulation. Just an amazing figure. So yeah.
You have a really nice setup. I see your room is like you got the egg crates on the wall.
Oh yeah. I got like lights. I got a mirror. I got a softbox. I've got a
softbox.
Nice. Let me see that.
I got
nice.
I got a boom stand with a C, and
then
behind me is my Magic the Gathering collection.
Wow.
Kinshuk, you see? Do you play World of Warcraft?
No, I'm not an online gamer.
Oh, okay. I am trying to find this picture of you with Voltron. What do you have that on?
I don't have a picture of me with Voltron. I have a picture of me with Sentinel.
Sentinel, yeah.
It would be, gosh, I think I could send it to you.
Just give me a moment. I'm quick with the finding stuff online.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know where it's at?
Just quick.
Oh yeah, I found it. There it is. You with your Sentinel.
Is. Yes.
Nice.
So that is your prized possession. That's nice.
Actually, that's my co-host. That's Mr. J's Sentinel. Mine's still in the package.
Wow. That looks expensive.
It is.
It was.
It was. It still is.
It was. How many were in production?
They were limited run. I think there was 5,000 of them in the beginning, but you had to pre-order, and it wasn't guaranteed that they were even going to make them. So it took like a year for me to get my action figure, and then I kept them in the box.
Jeez.
But on your box, what number were you out of the production?
I have no idea. I'd have to go look at my box.
Wow.
I'm just gonna laugh at that.
That is cool.
It's a playable box, is what I like to say.
That made it even better.
Just keep going with the box jokes.
Well, it's for serious collectors only. Okay, it's a important box, you know.
You gotta be serious to play with that box.
That's right. That's right.
Ain't for rookies.
Yeah, I got a white glove treatment. You know. No.
Come on, Marcy. What else you got the question for?
What else? I don't know. That's about it that I got questions for. But
do we want to get into the the depressing stuff?
Yeah.
Real quick before we shut it down.
Yeah.
One of the biggest stories that broke my heart was this one. The guy whose wife got killed. He found out he had a heart attack and died, and left his 4 kids.
He died from grief, they said.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, how do we approach this?
I hate to say this, and everybody's probably going to hate me for saying this because I love the NRA, but I feel like I just wish that we could just take all the guns away for a while, just to get everybody, because Switzerland, I was reading about Switzerland today. Every man is supposed to go into the army or whatever their form of army is, and they learn how to use guns. They're committed to being in the service for so many years in Switzerland, and then they get out and you have to be registered with your gun and all that good shit. And they don't have these mass shootings. I just don't know what the answer is because the UK just took all the guns away. And you can't do that to us, but it's like, what's the answer?
The answer is out there. They just don't want to look. One Texas representative said he wasn't going to do anything. Pray on it. That's what they said. So until we get past that, they're not going to do anything. Right. Look into it. Ray Liotta and Jimmy by liberals. What? All right. You got your 2 seconds of fame for that. Good, congratulations.
The answer is you got to go back beyond gun reform. You got to go back to health care, which they're never going to do in this country. If you had health care, so people with mental illnesses could easily access health care, you probably would get away from these types of things. But this was an 18-year-old person who was able to legally access 2 firearms. He couldn't even legally drink a beer in this country, but he bought 2 firearms. And the first thing he did was shot his grandmother.
I don't like the edges on my bread. It took me 4 weeks to get a gun. It took me 4 weeks to get a gun.
That's a mental health issue. But we have no recourse or help for mental health in this country.
Yep.
Because it's not covered by anything. If you're on Medicaid, not covered. Medicare, not covered. VA, covered, but sprinkled with pills. And anybody else, up in there, maybe not. So, but I do think it's relevant to mention that one of our senators was asked a question: why is this only happening in America? And he got up and walked out.
Oh, Cruz?
Yep.
I saw that. And then he's like, y'all want to make this a political thing. They're like, we're just asking a
political
question.
thing, you idiot.
They're just like, we're just asking a question. He's like, you guys want to make it political. I'm like, well, hello. Yeah.
You're the politician that could do something about it. However, and I don't want to be like in defense of the killer, but he didn't break any laws to buy that weapon.
That's what I was thinking. He did not. I thought the same thing. They say, how did he get this weapon? He did it legally.
He did it legally. But they watched him walk onto the campus. Policemen watched him walk onto the campus and did nothing for over an hour.
An hour.
And they were still hearing the gunshots of him shooting these children an hour later.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The school was surrounded. You're what?
I was looking at Pixie's Instagram. It's hysterical. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I gotta look at her Instagram.
I will send you the link.
Okay.
It is quite hysterical. It's good. It's a good Instagram.
Is it a thirst trap?
No, it's not a thirst trap.
Yeah, right. I'm just kidding.
They say
I don't even know what a thirst trap is.
TikTok a thirst trap, and the first 5 seconds dictate whether someone's gonna watch it or not. I was learning that about TikTok today.
Marcy, look, it's not a thirst trap at all. That's not a thirst trap.
That's me coming back to work.
Love it. I wish I had a rack like that.
It's mostly just terrible stripper memes. That's what it is. That's how I'm bringing them in, is with laughter and lighthearted jokes.
Right.
So, feel bad for all the, prayers to the people who lost their loved ones. Maybe one day, 50 years from now, they make some changes, but
Right. They're too worried about the amendments.
They can keep the amendments, but it shouldn't be that easy to get that type of gun. That's all I have to say.
Too worried about the fucking amendments. Oh, if we do that, then we've got to do this. If we go back on the amendments, then we got to do it for everything. So
the thing that they need to understand is that the amendment that they're defending is an amendment.
Yep.
The Second Amendment is an amendment to the Constitution.
Yeah, exactly. So there can be more amendments.
Right. It can change.
Yes.
There's 27 amendments to the Constitution.
So make a fucking new one.
Thank you.
Is it about that time?
Yep.
Because that is Marcy. Her name is Marcy Diamond. You can find her on Twitter, Marcy Diamond 2. Why is it 2? Because it's her second Twitter. They banned the first one. You can check out the website at www.pog.life. I am Roz Mix. You find me at Roz Mix on all social media at Roz_Mix. And subscribe to my YouTube. It's growing. I need to keep it growing. Thank you so much for our love. And of course, we got Kinshock at Kinshock29 on Twitter. Follow her and ask her about her feet. Pixie, what is your give out your Twitter?
My Twitter is at NextOnStage1. And then I'm also on YouTube and on, wherever you listen to podcasting at.
Here's her Twitter. Go find it. Go subscribe. She's great. She's funny. She has a great podcast. I want to thank her for coming on the show. We'd love to have you back again sometime. Just let us know when you want to come back. Any last words you want to say? Or anything
no,
you want to say?
Thanks for having me and talking about sex dolls with me.
I love it.
Any last things, Marcy and Kinshock?
Oh.
All right, thank everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share this podcast, and let everybody know where we at. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.